Of course, we've got this Easter weekend covered from all angles for you, and we haven't forgotten about those of you who aren't traveling. The Nelson Mandela Bay Splash Festival is expected to pick up where it left off after it was called off due to high winds yesterday. Newzroom Afrika's Siphosethu Booi is watching that angle, and she joins us now live. And I suppose, Siphosethu, this morning is just one of those days where those of us who have to be at work wish we were you. What can patrons expect today?
Of course, I'm quite excited to be here today because at least there's movement after the temporary closure of yesterday due to those winds. And I guess the PE weather gave us a little bit of grace, although there were a bit of drizzles in the early morning of today. But at least we are able to move. And also just behind me, the wrestling extravaganza is also setting up, and it's set to start at 9. So sports, food lovers, and of course the fun fair for the young ones, everything is up and running this morning. But I am also joined Ayanda by Anthony Mukwena, who is the president for Volleyball South Africa, and he'll speak to us about volleyball today and what volleyball fans can also expect this morning. And Tata Mukwena, thank you very much for making time to speak to us on Newzroom Afrika. Talk to us about the excitement of the tournament start today. What can the residents of Gqeberha and tourists expect at the match today?
Good morning to yourself as well as all the volleyball lovers and the volleyball family in South Africa and the world. First, before I can even tell everybody, I just want to pass my sympathies to the families of our legend, Mr. Gershon Rorik, who passed on Monday. He was the one that was always organizing this tournament. If I may elaborate on the importance of today's tournament. This tournament was supposed to start yesterday, but because of weather, we couldn't manage to do that. But it has already started now. The games have started. I need to inform the volleyball community as well as all the Gqeberha community that we have 22 men teams. And out of those 22 men teams, about 12 of them are our best teams that were developed by this tournament. This tournament started 24 years ago and is still running even now. So everybody can come. There is a place for everybody to sit and watch the volleyball. It's going to be exciting. I'm so excited because based on the history also, it's for the first time that we are having such a turnaround of about 22 men teams playing in this tournament. So I'm inviting everybody and the volleyball community to come here. And I also want to thank yourselves as our TV and our supporter all the time by promoting this sport for us. To make it more important to everybody is that this tournament, when we finish yesterday, tomorrow, on Monday, all the schools of Gqeberha will be playing at the same courts where their legends are playing now, which is part of our development of our sport in the country. As I mentioned before, this tournament has been the development of volleyball in the country.
You also speak about the issue of inclusivity in the sports. Speak to us about how this also builds the characters of the players. Now we're seeing Olympians that come from these teams.
I'm happy to say to you, volleyball unifies everybody. It has diversified everybody. If you can go down there and watch who is there. All the people of South Africa, when I talk about race, are here and enjoying beach volleyball. So volleyball, it's played by everybody. The young ones, it doesn't matter who you are, you have part to play in volleyball, either as a referee, either as a scorekeeper, either as a line judge. You have anything to do. We have everybody to do something at the volleyball. It's either indoor or outdoor volleyball. We have a position for everybody to play in our sport.
Please speak to us about some of the teams that the residents and the tourists can expect will be here. I saw the University of Forte, if I'm not mistaken.
I have the province, all the provinces are here. I'm so happy to say that. The universities are here. You have your UWC is here. The university here is here. Also, I need to mention this. The students from the university here are the ones that are officiating, keeping the scores, controlling the whole tournament in simple terms. That is another important aspect of our sport, what we do with our sport. It's making sure that our youth are taking part in sport and administration of volleyball in the country.
Tata Mukwena, thank you very much. Ayanda, that was Anthony Mukwena, who is the president of Volleyball South Africa, just speaking to us about what the residents as well as the tourists can expect should they come down to the Splash Festival here in Gqeberha. And what I do also understand is that the arena actually carries plus minus 20,000 people, so we're not quite sure in terms of how many people we're expecting. But of course, the invite is out and loud, and the entry fee is free. Ayanda.
Nice. Siphosethu Booi left us there from Gqeberha, trying to convince the rest of us that you're working today. Thanks very much indeed.